Hello, welcome back. It's been a while since I've done a video. This one's a bit different too. The reason it's been a while, for context, is I have been working more so on actual film projects rather than YouTube videos. I've been doing some research. I've broken down a pretty solid sort of way of structuring the pilot, how the pilot is structured. You can kind of watch most pilots and figure out how they work with this simple sort of method, which I'm going to get into now. So this method is pretty much the same as what they call Freytag's pyramid, which you might not have heard of, but I guarantee you will have definitely heard of, or at least recognise the sort of rise and fall structure of this. It's in almost everything. I'll put it there. You can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, everyone knows that to some sort of extent. So in this one, there's a rising action. The climax acts as a turning point, and then the story begins to wind down, and all the threads, all the threads and the themes and ideas will sort of get resolved up in that sort of point. The pilot uses this a bit differently though. It uses it backwards. So the rising action is instead of falling action, and instead of this climax, that's sort of the inciting incident. Instead of the rising action, there's this falling action of the character. The character is taken to this like sort of low state, this state of vulnerability, and then an opportunity will arise, and suddenly you go up and up, and that's where you leave it, so that the audience are excited to see where this up and up rise will go. So basically, it's the same system but backwards. So instead of Freytag's pyramid, we're going to call this Stan's ditch. My term, copyright 2024. Here is a sort of mock-up example I've made. The character falls, he's lost, he's vulnerable. This fall needs to be also act as a point to highlight the philosophies of the show, of the character. It's basically exposition for everything. And then an opportunity will arise, and he'll start taking that path, and then it will end. And instead of having that resolution, you sort of end on that rise, and so you're just enticed to see where it goes next, because you know that rise is going to keep on going, or you know that rise is going to get disrupted somehow. You don't know, but you want to find out. That's why you end on a point rather than falling down. You're ending on a rising up. So let me explain with some typical dramas. Especially drug dealing, sort of like drug crime dramas. Those are the ones where this is very clear. I'm sort of going with a spectrum here of most crime dramery, comedy, and then crime comedy, and then just comedy I'm going to do. So just around here we've got White Gold. We're coming towards the comedy out of this crime shit type thing. Let's look at Breaking Bad to begin with. He starts, basically the first part of this episode is just continuous falling. He's unhappy with his job, he's unhappy with the amount of respect people have for him, and then he gets cancer, and he's vulnerable as fuck, and then he sees the opportunity to make meth.
One which was well organized.
Hank, how much money is that?
It's about $700 grand. It's a pretty good haul. As I say, it's a good day for the citizens of El.
Walter White is not a drug dealer. He is not a violent man. He wouldn't ever dream of making meth in his typical ways. But then, because we see that vulnerability, we see why he turns. We understand the character's journey. So if you make this fall really, really relatable and grounded, then that opportunity, you relate to the opportunity, and you're here for the journey. You're here to see the rise with the characters, and that opportunity. You've been told through this downfall that he's not respected. He don't have any money. Blah 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 blah. And this opportunity, once we've shown that vulnerability, so now that opportunity comes up, and he's on that rise, and then we're like, where's this gonna go? Same again for another show. Let's go Ozark. He's sort of taken down. He's unhappy in his marriage. His friends fucked him over. He's just seen his friends get fucked up. He's threatened to be killed. It's fucked. But then he takes this Ozark thing, and he's like, I can make this work. Let me rise.
I'll put that together. I'll make you whole. You call it earnest money, okay? I give that to you. But then I take me and my family, and we go down to the Ozarks, just like I planned. And I just start washing money. Tons of it.
And we're like, okay, what's going to happen next? Let's watch this guy's rise. But we know, as an audience, there's going to be conflicts within there. So we're intrigued by that rise. We want to see where this rise is going to go. Is it going to go smooth? Probably not. We want to know. There's one more crime drama I want to look at. But this crime drama is a bit different because it's more comedy based. But again, you can see the same system. This is Barry I'm talking about. This character is depressed. He needs something more.
Oh, God, I'm worried about you, buddy.
Shit, he looks like the old Barry, where he had a purpose.
No, I think I'm just burnt out.
And then suddenly, the acting opportunity comes to him, and he takes it.
Ryan, you're up.
Where's Kennedy?
He's not here.
but I'm gonna do the scene with him. Grab a seat there, boy. Grab us an egg roll. We got everything here from Diddle-eyed Joe to damned if I know.
So with that being said, I now want to take a look at some comedy, because, you know, this sounds very much like a crime drama trope right now for pilots, but it's not. Let's start with White Gold. This one's interesting. It very quickly, because we have that sort of talking to the camera thing, we very quickly get this philosophy. We understand the characters.
You're looking at a room of double-glazing salesmen. As this is 1983, we're not quite the social pariahs you lot probably know and loathe, but give us time. This is the Monday morning sales meeting, where the team hand in their weekly orders. In theory, a small matter of financial housekeeping. In reality, a dick-swinging contest extraordinaire.
The structure feels different because of the flashbacks and the chronology of it, but ultimately, if you look at it, you're still getting your exposition, then you're getting your fall, which is, of course, Vincent losing his job.
Upon careful reflection, you are to be relieved of all duties with immediate effect. Do you have anything to say for the record, Mr. Swan?
This is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, maybe we should take a break.
Not being able to provide us with family, and it's very literal, you know, it leans into that trope because it's a crime comedy film. I think, you know, it's quite self-aware. You get the image of Vincent throwing up, saying like, yeah, I'm at my low, basically. He literally says he's hit rock bottom.
You're right, Vince. You look like shit.
Oh, I'm not all right, Dickie. I got sacked this morning. Now I'm crying next to a urinal full of my own puke, talking to you. No offence, but I think I just hit rock bottom.
You know, it's a lot more self-aware than these crime dramas, obviously, which is down to the comedy. And yeah, so then he's at a vulnerable point. The opportunity comes, which is White Gold. You know, it's told very much like a drug sort of thing. It's told in, it's framed in that context as, you know, for the gag, like for the bit. They're doing coke and then they're talking about plastic windows, white gold, money.
What I've got in here might just change your life.
I'm not a complete fucking yokel. I've done coke before.
I'm not talking about the drugs.
What a lump of fucking plastic.
Is it? Or is it white gold?
And yeah, that's really the same thing, right? He loses his job, he falls, he needs to provide for his family. Here you go, you can make a lot of money selling windows. Exactly the same thing, and this is a comedy. You're probably still thinking, that still sounds like a crime drama structure, even if it's comedic, it's still a crime drama type thing, you know, the opportunity for business, etc. Well, now let's look at a proper, purebred, classic, traditional comedy. Let's go with the IT Crowd, yeah? The IT Crowd is a show about, you know, nerds in a IT basement. And very quickly, again, we have the philosophies of these characters quickly explained. Jen knows fuck all about computers, but she has a lot of social skills and she will worm her way into through an interview to, you know, get where she wants, essentially. She's a social person, but she knows fuck all about computers.
I'm going to put you in IT, because you said on your CV you have a lot of experience with computers.
I did say that on my CV, yes. I have a lot of experience with the whole computer thing, you know, emails, sending emails, receiving emails, deleting emails. I could go on.
Whereas Moss and Roy, exactly the opposite. They have no social skills, but they know a shit ton about computers. And so there the philosophies are quickly outlined.
Hello, IT? Yaha? Have you tried forcing an unexpected reboot?
No, there you go. No, there you go. I just heard it come on. No, that's the music you hear when it comes on. No, that's the music you hear when it... I'm sorry, are you from the past?
You see, the driver hooks a function by patching the system call table, so it's not safe to unload it unless another thread's about to jump in there and do its stuff, and you don't want to end up in the middle of invalid memory. Hello?
The fall comes in as we realise how mistreated the IT department is in this, you know, fictional business. So, you know, they're literally being beaten to a vulnerable position. No different to how these crime dramas work. He's beaten down, he's vulnerable, but look, Jen's here. And she's an opportunity. She offers a route into social normality, you know. We can get along with everyone in this building using her.
So that, yeah, oh my God, does that happen a lot?
They're fairly regular, the beatings, yes. I'd say we're on a bi-weekly beating.
Oh, it's not all that bad.
Come on, Roy, it's pretty bad.
Maybe I could help with this, you know, I mean, I'm a people person, and people like you need a person to deal with people, a people person like me. Oh my God, ideas are coming, things are happening here.
This is how the whole premise of the show is set up. We now know that for the rest of these episodes, they'll be chasing that rise. That rise, you know, the top of that hill will be social normality, and throughout, them three will constantly be chasing it. The IT Card is a studio-bound sitcom. Let's do now The In-Betweeners. The In-Betweeners does work a little differently, but also the same at the same time. Once again, Will's exposition. He talks about why he left his past school, you know, how he didn't fit in, he was bullied, etc., etc.
Hi, I'm Will, and here are some things I hoped wouldn't happen in my life. My father would leave my mother.
I'm so sad.
I'd be taken out of private education and forced to go to a normal school.
Well, this is nice.
So his motivation here is to make new friends. And throughout the episode, he's constantly trying to do so, and in turn embarrassing himself and making himself less popular.
You're gonna die here, Will.
Okay. That briefcase makes me want to punch you.
Of course it does.
What a spastic badge.
That's been pointed out already.
Your shoes are well shaped.
Yep, the shoes.
You know, Will is embarrassing himself more and more, but at the same time, this is also a fall, because Will is, you know, he's failing at what he's doing. He's falling to that vulnerable position.
Any ID?
Look, my father's left my mother and I've been forced to go to a comprehensive school. I've attached myself to a fairly average group, and all I'm trying to do is make a few new friends to make life bearable. You're human, you understand that. Now perhaps you can pour me 3 non-alcoholic lagers and we won't tell anyone about it.
And that vulnerable position is ultimately when he, you know, after all this tension is built up, he has a little outburst in the pub.
ID. Look. What? Just look around you. Everyone in this bloody pub is underage. Shut up. He's underage. She's underage. He looks a bit older because he's uglier, but he's in the year below even me. Look at that bum fluff. 16. That bra's got padding in it. 16. His mum still buys his trousers. 16. 16. At a push 17. 16. And this one, Mark Donovan. Yeah, he looks old and he's meant to be hard, but he's still only 16.
16, you know, everyone now hates him. He's exposed everyone for underage drinking, and now he is the most unpopular kid in that school. He is in a position of vulnerability, and now he has one option. It's them three. It's Simon, Jay and Neil. They are the new opportunity.
What a first day. I'm such a twat.
Yes, you are. That was pretty specialist back there. His mum still buys his trousers was a personal highlight.
Thanks.
So, you know, I think I did about 5 or so episodes of pilots here, and you can see in all 5 of those episodes there is that fall and rise. Not rise and fall and rise. That is the key to writing a proper pilot. I'm sure there are loads of examples where this isn't the case, but yeah, look man, that's the genre, that's the tropes. Understand the tropes, then do your own thing, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to keep on doing more research on this topic. Maybe I'll do a second follow-up video, but for now, that is it. That is my takeaway from the pilot format. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be back with another video at some point. Don't know what on. Oh, I know what on. Yeah, this will be the next video. It'll probably be the top 10 videos of the 1800s. So look out for that one if you're a fucking nerd.